y'all? This is Raw Reviews here with my boy Lomax.
What's good?
Baki.
What's good?
Baki, the fucking grappler right here.
Baki the grappler.
You feel me? So today I thought we'd do something a little different. Where it's not going to be so much a review. It's going to be more so just a discussion and a conversation on one of our favorite manga / anime series that came out this year, Jujutsu Kaisen. The anime came out this year, and the manga, I believe, came out in, 2018, 2017?
2018, yeah.
2018.
Yeah. I was surprised that, not to fuck up your intro, but...
No, it's all good, bro.
I was just surprised that for this long, I hadn't really seen it. Because I think I started really reading it around, the beginning of this year? Probably, towards the end of, last year, some shit like that. And automatically, just based off of the vibes, I was interested in it.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't really start hearing about it until they announced the anime when I saw the trailer.
Yeah,
because everybody was saying this is gonna be the next big thing, the next big shonen, and I was like, what the fuck? So, shonen isn't my most favorite genre.
Yeah,
in
definitely.
Anime. I like the more more adult anime. It's like Death Note or Monster or seinen anime like that, like Berserk or JoJo's. But when I checked this out, I actually was really interested and I really wanted to read the manga, and I'm really glad I did because the manga is really it's really a good story, Yeah, and I really like all of the characters, almost all of the characters,
But because when I first started reading it and I was getting into it, I was just hopefully this isn't bad. Hopefully it was kind of a little bit slow at first. If you're reading it, it's a little bit slow because I mostly just read manga reader over here.
Oh God!
But I mostly just read it. But starting out, it was kind of slow at first. But then once you start getting into the story more, it starts to pick up. And I was just like, damn, this is really getting interesting because one of the things that I like in manga or in anime is the fact that when you're doing power scaling or just working with the mechanics of your abilities and how you're going to set them and what's going to be higher than what in the world, I get heavily interested in that. It's one of the reasons why I like Hunter so much, because off rip, you don't just understand somebody's ability. They have to, in anime in general, they explain their abilities. But even sometimes when they explain their abilities in Jujutsu Kaisen, I still don't know exactly what it does.
Exactly. With curse energy.
Yeah,
and all
in general,
Shikikami,
yeah.
And... Well, actually, we should actually tell them what the story is, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
So
let's go with that first.
Basically, the story follows this kid, Yuji Itadori, and he's in high school, and his grandfather passes away, and his grandfather basically said just be a good person and protect people.
Yeah,
and he felt the best way to do that is to join this. These sorcerers called the Jujutsu sorcerers.
Yeah, because
destroy curses.
Yeah, and destroy curses, and he had to do that. He got into that forcefully almost because he almost died to a fucking curse.
This motherfucker he has to swallow a cursed object to get the power of it. This man swallows a finger.
Yeah, a whole finger.
Pause. You got to swallow the finger. And so,
you gotta swallow the finger.
And so
every time I think about that, I just think about Freddy got fingered for some reason.
I remember that shit. And so he becomes this vessel for this spirit, for this one of the. They say he's the king of curses, right?
Yeah.
Sukuna, he's the king of curses.
He used to be human, but now he became this big curse. And I was when I first started reading, I was just like, ooh,
oh man, Kurama, here we go.
Yeah, exactly. I keep hearing about this shit, man. Oh, he's the best. But then once you really get into the show, it's just damn, yeah, this nigga is scary.
Yeah, this man is pretty fucking scary. He don't give a fuck.
No, he doesn't. That's
he doesn't
the thing.
Give a fuck about nobody.
But that's pretty much because I know you're not really trying to ruin the show or in manga too much for people, because not with too many. Well, fuck it. No, fuck it.
No, I mean, spoilers ahead.
Spoilers ahead.
Put this shit in the front. Spoilers fucking ahead.
Yeah, but we start because at the beginning of it, after okay, so he eats the finger and shit like that. Gojo tells him that hey, you're gonna die eventually. Not now, but eventually you are going to die because one of the fingers you ate belongs to this big top dog nigga of curses and shit like that. So we're gonna have to kill you eventually. But we're gonna have you. You can do two things. You can die right now, or you can collect all of his body parts, or 20 of them, and then we'll kill you later.
That way, there's no chance of him ever coming back.
Yeah,
type of shit.
yeah.
And so,
Hopefully.
And so Itadori was like, you know what? I think I can really do a lot of good in the world if I make sure this man never comes back.
Yeah.
Or this being never comes back.
Yeah.
And one of the cool things about the show, or about the series in general, that I really appreciated was the main character is very wholesome. Like, more so, like, he doesn't seem artificial to me, like somebody like not saying like somebody like Deku. For My Hero,
or kind of like
but
what's his name from fucking what's the fucking samurai one that we was just talking about, like literally before we started recording?
Samurai.
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer. Yeah, it's not so much artificial like that. He's actually genuinely a good person, you know.
Yeah.
And he seems to me like a little bit more, I don't want to say realistic, relatable. He's one of the more relatable main characters I've come across in animes.
I mean, because in high school, he wasn't really the coolest. I mean, like, he was good at sports and fighting and shit like that, but he didn't like mostly care about that. And I know a lot of people that were like that. They were either, to put it in terms of outside of sports and stuff, they were really intelligent people, but they didn't fuck with school. Yeah. So it was just like, it's like some of that shit, a lot of that I can kind of relate to, and him just being he was literally like a regular 15-year-old kid, but then got pushed into this world. Like, it wasn't like he wanted the shit. Like, Deku wanted to be a hero. I guess
exactly. He's one of the few MCs that doesn't really have an end goal.
Exactly.
Besides to like destroy Sukuna and shit like that.
Exactly.
Like, he actually reminds me a lot of Ichigo.
Oh,
like
Yusuke. Yeah,
you know,
Ichigo was kind of forced into it too.
Yeah, he had to survive.
Almost, but low key, it was kind of planned for him to kind of be like the
Aizen.
Aizen.
Fucking Aizen.
Yeah, it was planned for him to be the substitute. I keep saying Shikigami.
Yeah,
but it's Shinigami. And bro, I fucking hate that shit so much, man.
That's why you see okay, so basically in the manga series Jujutsu Kaisen, they're called Shikigami.
Yeah,
and
like
Bleach,
spirits and stuff.
In the anime and manga series Bleach, they're called Shinigami. Basically, I swear to God, that shit's so fucking cool.
Bro, anytime he does that, bro, it's hard as fuck to do. It hurts my fingers every time.
You actually play with the shadow puppets that Megami does? I've actually tried to do some of the shit he does.
It does look like a real wolf, though.
It does. Like, if you put it up
in
to
the shadow, yeah.
I tried to do the fucking bunny rabbit, but I can't do that shit.
The bunny rabbit is too hard. It's almost trying to do like the signs in Naruto.
Exactly.
I've seen like super weebs do that shit before.
Super weebs.
I want to tell you niggas.
There's TikToks about that.
There are TikToks about that. But you super weebs out there. You niggas are fucking ooh.
And like another thing that I like about like the characters in general, all of them are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, there's not one that I dislike really.
Yeah. Okay, so since we explained the story, do you want to start getting into characters then?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yeah, we most definitely can.
Then I want to start off with Nobara. I love Kugisaki. Kugisaki Nobara. I fuck with her so much. She is just like, it's not just that she's beautiful. It's the fact that she's crazy as fuck. She's strong as shit, and she's mean as fuck. She's like complete toxicness and
incarnate,
and I love that so much. I don't know why I love toxic women, but Nobara, I love you so much.
You heard it first, ladies. If you're toxic,
yeah,
come slide in his DMs.
We already know what the women like, though.
Yeah,
I've been seeing it on Twitter so much. Gojo is a pretty boy.
It's the blue eyes, bro.
It's
he looks like a fucking. They're not even blue. They look like space.
Yeah. That's the thing, though.
They look like the universe or some shit.
Infinite.
The fucking shit. You feel me? And like one of my main things I like about Gojo is that he's overpowered as fuck. Yeah. But at the same time, though, he's pretty actually interesting. He's pretty interesting.
His character has more depth to him. It's not because like we saw that he is able to be beaten because what Toji Zenin did, or Zenin Toji did, what he did. I'm hoping I'm saying is like his last name right.
I think it's Fushiguro.
No. I'm talking about his dad.
Toji Fushiguro.
Oh yeah,
that was Megami's father's name.
Yeah, he did change his name, right?
Yeah. And like here's the one cool thing about the characters too. What you were saying about the power scales.
Yeah.
it's not so much about how much stronger somebody is. Anybody can die.
Yeah.
It's like it's almost like you win some, you lose some. Nobody's perfect, you know.
Right.
It's not like in Dragon Ball where like, oh, this man has a certain power level or whatever. You can never beat him type of shit. No, you can beat some of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's just based off of the technique that you have because Zen and Toji, he has no curse energy whatsoever, but it's like what they were talking about, they were saying that like he like since he was born without it, it's like he gave up the ability of having curse energy and just had supreme superhuman just like either strength, speed, eyesight, just reflexes and shit like that. And
pretty much peak human ability.
yeah, and we saw that with Maki, and we were just like, "Yo, that's fucking sick." But it's like with Toji, it's on a completely different level.
Yeah,
and he's like completely mastered not being able to have cursed energy. But it's weird because he can see curses without having cursed energy.
Who would be your top 3 characters in the series so far?
I probably have to say it's definitely Itadori because I don't know what it is for me. I love main characters a lot, so Itadori is one. Zen and Toji definitely because just based off of what he could do with just no curse energy at all and just straight like physical technique, and not just physical technique, but the fact that he was just smart too.
Smart as fuck.
Yeah, he had a smart brain. He might have seemed like a lazy piece of shit, well, which he is, but he still got the job done almost. But and then I guess my third one would probably either be between Fushiguro or fucking what's the dude that he's another Zenin dude, but he's able to use like the 24 frames per second type of ability.
Oh, the dude with the mustache?
Yeah,
the
yeah,
old
him.
dude. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember his name right now.
I can't remember his name either, but
he's pretty dope.
yeah,
he's strong as fuck.
He's strong as fuck, and you know my love for cameras and shit like that too. So
4K.
yeah,
When he said that, I was like 60 FPS. I'm like, damn.
When I heard him say there's only one good frame rate, that's the best. I knew he was talking about 24 frames per second. I was just like, he has to have some ability that does. At first, I couldn't really understand it, because especially the way that I was just like, I thought they were making it simple. Oh, he can put people into like pieces of paper or something like that. But no, like when he activates his ability, within 1 second, he can split somebody or split anything up into 24 frames per second if it goes outside of the bounds of like his abilities. I mean, of like gravity or just whatever he decides, I guess.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But that's what I fuck with.
I think like for me, my top 3 favorite characters probably be Megumi, Gojo, and Sukuna.
Yeah.
Out of like the 3 characters so far in the series, like those are my top 3. Because like Gojo is very overpowered, but like I said though, he's actually a really interesting character and he's funny. He's actually really funny.
He's fucking hilarious, bro. Sometimes I'd be surprised that like manga can still make me laugh till this day because it be some funny shit in there that especially Gojo that he be doing, and plus that lazy sensei type of vibe. That's why I fuck with a lot. It like a lot of people say he gives off like Kakashi vibes too. Mm-hmm. People love that a lot. Like, what else do you like about him?
He's almost like a combination of Kakashi and All Might.
I can
in a way,
I can see
because
that.
like he's the most overpowered nigga in the show, but he can be beaten.
Yeah,
you just gotta be smart about it.
Exactly. Yeah,
and like what I liked about him also is that he's not entirely a good person.
No,
none of them are good. Like are really like good people. Like except for Itadori.
Yeah, Itadori.
But he fails a lot. In what he tries to do.
I think that's what I like the most about just like characters in any type of story. Like some people try to make them out to be too perfect and too pure and shit like that. Especially with the job that they have as jujutsu sorcerers. Like people are going to die around them constantly, and they cannot save everybody. And like now where we're at, and like we're not really specifically talking about chapters. We're just talking about the story overall right now of Jujutsu Kaisen and just the manga and the anime in general. But the fact that when they were down in the subway and shit like that, he didn't try to do much to try to save people because he knew he couldn't. No. He couldn't save everybody because people were literally dying left and right behind him. They had planned this out so much to the point where they were just like, he was just like, all right, I'm sorry I can't save you all, but I am going to fucking murder these niggas.
Oh God,
Well, exercise.
God, he's about to exercise them motherfuckers.
Right.
And like another thing with like Megumi, I'm not gonna lie to you. As soon as I saw Megumi, like I watched the anime first,
right?
Before I watched the first like 4 episodes of the anime first before I read it because I'm like I don't feel like waiting weekly for this. shit.
No.
I want to see what else happens.
I have to.
My thing with Megumi. I didn't think I was gonna like him at first because as soon as I saw him, oh shit, here comes the Sasuke, from Black Cloak. He's nothing like them at all.
But nothing at all. Yeah, he has a lot of depth to himself too. It's just like, he's got that vibe of like he really doesn't want to deal with anything he doesn't have to deal with. But at the same time, it's like he does a lot of the shit that even just joining the not having to join the Zenin clan, he did that so his sister could be safe.
Exactly.
Like he cares more. He actually has somebody he cares about. Sasuke didn't have anybody really cared about.
He lost everybody.
Yeah.
Well, spoilers for Naruto, but
if y'all haven't seen it, in what it's been 20 years, 22 years, really. If y'all haven't seen it at this point, y'all can suck my dick.
Yeah, the fucking
my bad, Gerard. This is your.
No,
review.
it's all
I should
good,
not be saying that stuff to the people that watch your video.
It's all good. But yeah, if you haven't seen Naruto, watch that shit too. But yeah, that's what I really like about Megumi because I was worried that like he is like the cool dark haired archetype, that's always in all of shonen, But he has a lot of depth, like you said, and he actually cares about people and he actually wants to do good. He's actually a really like low key like decent person in this show.
He is. He's just a bit of an asshole sometimes.
And what I like about Sukuna is that as soon as like I saw his character and just saw like how violent and shit he was, it was one of the things where it's like I know he's probably gonna end up dying at the end of the series, probably.
Right.
But at the same time, though, I'm like, damn, he's like really like cool as a villain because like he is the villain. He's the villain of the entire series.
He definitely fucking is, yeah.
But at the same time, though, it's like
he's too fucking likable too.
He is likable.
Yeah,
he's very likable.
It's like I want him to be able to like just fuck off sometimes, but at the same time, just like I like his personality too.
No, oh God, because he really be talking to
motherfuckers.
And like I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite scenes in the entire series is kind of fucked up. It's when spoilers again. It's when Itadori is about to fight Mahito and like he's about to kill Junpei. Mahito's about to kill Junpei.
Yeah.
And then Mahito transformed Junpei with the Isle transfiguration.
Yeah.
And he was like, Sukuna, I need your help, please. I don't care. I need your help, bro. And like both Sukuna and Sukuna was like, oh, so you're gonna throw away your pride, huh? And Sukuna and Mahito both clowned.
Just like clowned.
They clowned the fuck out of this man,
bro. I wanted him at that moment. Like it
that's
gets
one of my favorite moments in the entire like series. Shit.
That's one of the things that I like about this manga too. Is actually invoking more like emotions out of me, like especially like rage a lot of the time because it's just like fuck, like the people that especially that the curses are killing. It's like people that literally have nothing to either do with this shit or they're just regular people and they just come upon like the bullshit that the curses are doing. And because sometimes like the manga or the show will try to make you empathize with the curses and just like, oh, they were born from this, so this is the reason why they feel this type of way so badly about shit. But then at the same time, you see that they're killing innocent people that aren't even involved in any of the shit.
They don't even know what curses and shit are. Though.
Exactly. They can't even see them, bro. So imagine just being exploded for no reason.
That'd be scary.
Being just like transfigured out of nowhere. And now you don't know what the fuck is happening to you. And you just want to die because you're in so much pain over this shit.
Exactly. And one of the few things about this series that's really interesting is how dark it is.
Yes.
It's very dark for a shonen.
Yeah.
It's very dark for a shonen. I think it's like maybe one of the darkest shonens I've seen. Besides like some is. Like like Tokyo Ghoul. Or something. I mean, it's Tokyo Ghoul shonen, right?
Tokyo Ghoul. Yeah. It's a shonen. It's got a male main character.
Yeah. So it's like it's kind of like that. In terms of like, it almost reminds me of kind of like Mahito gives me Tim Burton vibes.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's the stitching. It's the fucking stitching.
But the thing about not to get off topic, but with Tokyo Ghoul, the thing that I like about that, like Jujutsu Kaisen was kind of hard for me to get into it at first because he was in high school, and that takes the relatable factor down because I'm not there anymore. And in Tokyo Ghoul, our main character in there, he was in college. already. Like
Exactly. Yeah.
it's like,
Kaneki. Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
Kaneki was in college, so I was able off rip to be like, oh, okay, like he's not a kid, but you know, he's like becoming an adult, so I can kind of like relate to that more because we're both like 22 now, so it's
So
just
yeah, and
it makes
that's
it easier.
interesting too, and that's cool too because like I said, shonen's not my favorite genre anymore. 'Cause
Exactly,
you kind of
yeah.
outgrow it a little
Yeah.
bit. No offense to it.
Yeah, like
but
My Hero, I'll still watch because I don't know. My Hero was just I think has it been out since high school?
it came out like 2016. The anime
Yeah.
came out in 2016. I don't know how long the manga's been
The
out.
manga, I think it's been out for a while, but I think I was reading it in high school too. So I think that's probably one of the only like One Piece. Forever gonna keep reading it. Well, first of all, Luffy is the same age as me in the fucking in the manga in general. So I fuck with it even more based off of that because I'm like a 22-year-old is around fucking up the world. But like just with Jujutsu Kaisen, like it was kind of harder for me to get into it more because Itadori is like 15, so it's just like.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I know like the 15-year-old in me still loves that type of shit because it's just
Exactly.
like I still want to put myself in that place, but at the same time, I don't because that shit's dangerous and I don't want to fight curses.
You know, and the thing is though, what's cool too is that it is a shonen and it's probably aimed for like teenagers and shit. But there's a lot of like Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
But it gets fucked up.
Yeah.
It gets really fucked up.
I mean,
and
just
you're
the
like,
shit that you were talking about with Junpei. Like, I was not expecting that.
that man died horribly.
And then it was so fucked up because he gained like the curse ability to use Shikigami and shit like that, and then Mahito basically took his life away and like what he could have done with his abilities. So that made me real pissed.
Exactly. He killed the potential.
Yeah,
Killed the potential.
yeah.
And
I mean, it's fucked up, but that's Mahito, bro. He don't give
give
a
a
fuck.
fuck about
Oh
nobody.
shit! Ow, fuck. Sorry, audience.
Oh man, injury caught on camera. God damn.
Injury caught on camera.
But yeah, some of like my favorite fights from anime this year, I'd say, are probably from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
the fight that Nanami and Itadori did on Mahito in the schoolyard. It was kind of early on. Like this is the anime so far, but like it's pretty early on in the series, where it was right after the Junpei situation.
Yep.
Where like they were fighting in the hallway,
Mm-hmm.
and Mahito turned his arm into a tentacle, with spikes and shit.
And then what I liked about Mahito a lot though, for one, is the fact that like, all right, at first Mahito looked like, all right, easy win. But then you just start seeing that like with each fight, Mahito just keeps growing and growing and growing. And especially like when he was fighting Nanami, I was about to say Nanamin. But that's like the cutesy way to say his name. Nanami, he was fighting him, and then like he pushed Itadori out the way so he wouldn't be caught in the territorial expansion or domain expansion, whichever one you want
I
to say
say
it.
domain.
Yeah, to make it easy for my fucking lisp, I want to say domain expansion. But like he pushed Itadori out of the way of the domain expansion, and then I thought it was really cool that like because like Mahito's whole thing is that he can touch people's souls, and that's how he's able to transfigure them and shit like that. So when Itadori came into the expansion, your boy Sukuna, bro,
He said, "How dare you touch my soul?"
yo, you nasty fuck, don't ever touch me again.
No, oh God, because Mahito a creep, bro.
Yeah, that's-
he be
that's
giving me
a fact, yeah.
Hisuko vibes.
Yeah.
Hisuka. Hisuka.
Yeah, if you never watch Hunter, please watch Hunter. You'll see what Gerard is talking about.
But
Ahsoka
yeah,
is a
and
creepy
and
fuck.
honestly, the domain expansion is a really cool ability.
Yeah,
it's
it
a really
is.
cool ability. It's one of my more favorite abilities, like in recent animes.
Yeah, because I don't really. That's another thing with this. It's coming up with a lot of new shit because I've never really seen something like this like displayed in other audience. Correct, like when I look at Gerard's comments and stuff like that. Correct me wrong if you guys feel like there has been something that's like this, but I don't think there's been much like this. Like I can compare like the way that they use their abilities in like Hunter, because in Hunter it's just like there's always like a consequence or like to you like trying to gain more of your abilities, like with Kurapika. For him to be able to like both use his red eyes and his ability at the same time, and to make it stronger, and basically switch out of his class into a special class, he has to say that like if I can only kill the spiders with this ability, and I can only become that strong when I'm fighting spiders. Like in Jujutsu Kaisen, it's like the more that you set a higher contract or a higher consequence for yourself, especially with the domain expansions, the stronger that they can become. Like especially with whenever they try to trap Gojo, it's just like, all right, we will allow only him to enter and nobody else can, and that makes the domain stronger because you're setting more restrictions on yourself. Like somebody or like how just with the domains in general, when they were trying to get to the subway and shit like that, they were setting it up so that like people could enter, but or no, it was like because they said the when you have a domain expansion, like it's strong when you're inside of it, but if you're outside of it, it becomes stronger because you're putting a greater risk on yourself of being seen or something like that. But you do have a stronger domain,
Exactly.
so you can almost do whatever you want or keep somebody trapped in there as long as you can. That's one of the things that I like the most about just the abilities and the mechanics of Jujutsu Kaisen. It's so similar in the way of Hunter, because you already know the mechanics in Hunter are like they're not bullshit. Like you literally have to think and strategize shit before you can really do it.
It's not no set like level.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And like to what you were saying earlier about like things similar to domain expansion, the closest thing I can think of is like Genjutsu.
Yeah.
Like say like
oh, okay,
like
yeah.
Uchiha
Yeah.
Genjutsu is
Yeah.
like the closest thing I can think of to like something similar to domain expansion.
That's probably, now that you say that, yeah, I can see that.
And that's interesting too because it's like it's really something that you haven't really seen before in anime.
Yeah, there's been really nothing that's been like this that I can think of out of all the shit that I've watched.
No Super Saiyan shit.
No
of that like gain your chakra shit. Like none of that shit.
Literally, the only person that is like, and that's why I'm kind of glad that they trapped Gojo, because now it's just like, all right, like all the other sorcerers that do protect the world, they literally have to do this on their own because their biggest player is like out right now.
Exactly. Anybody can die.
Anybody can die.
Anybody can die.
Right.
And people are getting right now. I'm not gonna lie. People are getting smoked
Left and right.
People are getting smoked right now.
Please eat. I recommend reading it because the anime is good because I did watch it the other night on HBO Max. That's why
I didn't know it was on there. I've been watching it on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, it's on HBO Max. Well, Crunchyroll has a deal with HBO Max too, so that's why they're getting so much anime on there.
Didn't know that.
But like I don't know what it is, but reading it, to me, I feel like I've gotten so much faster than watching the anime. Like you just get so much farther than watching the anime. Like the anime is probably like faster watch in terms of like, all right, if I want to like just be up to date on the anime, but like on the whole story in general, reading the manga has been so much better. One thing I hope that they don't do is they try to add filler into this shit. I don't see it coming yet because it's really just super new.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I don't think they would add filler either because like it really is fast paced.
It is.
You don't really need to do that. There's not really. I don't know.
No, I mean just watching the anime is more fast paced than like the manga is. I
just really like the animation.
Yeah,
a lot. Like the animation, like for the fight scenes, are like really incredible.
Because like especially for that first, because I only in the anime I was watching, I think I got up to like maybe the third episode, and they were about to fight. They were about to fight that one curse with the Sukuna finger in there inside of him.
He was.
It was Itadori's first death.
Oh right, he was getting fucked up.
Yeah,
he was getting fucked up. Like his hand blew off.
Yeah,
his fingers were burning off and shit. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's actually the first few times you actually get to see Sukuna like fuck somebody.
Yeah.
But even in the early part, like the first 2 episodes of the first couple chapters, you see like Sukuna versus Gojo.
Oh yeah,
and even Gojo acknowledges like if it comes down like if he had all his fingers, Gojo said he would still win barely, but he said I would still win.
And that's what I'm waiting to see. But at the same time, I don't want him to fully take over Itadori's body, and then Itadori has to like basically fight Gojo, but it's really Sukuna that has to do it. So it's only ways that in the future that this can go, because you already saw like when Sukuna was done fighting Jugo, this one girl came up to him and she was just like, what's your next like thing that you want me to do or something like that. So it's just like after he made that contract with Itadori, it's just like, all right, what is he doing? Like if Itadori is sleeping or some shit, like maybe he's made it some way that like he can take control, like with Itadori not knowing, and he's just going out making certain moves and shit like that to plan for like his revival. And everything that Ghetto is doing is like it, like maybe it kind of coincides with what he's doing, but he hasn't actually spoken to Sukuna, or maybe they have been, and just corroborating with shit. So it's so much shit that could be happening that we just don't know about. Now you were saying some shit before we started this about Megumi.
Oh yeah, I heard this interesting theory on YouTube that Sukuna isn't like interested in Itadori at all. He's interested in Megumi.
He hates him, if anything.
Yeah, he hates that nigga. If anything, he's interested in Megumi's body because he sees a lot of potential in Megumi. And if like you pay attention, like throughout the manga series, like his dad is Toji Fushiguro. He was trained by Megumi was trained by Gojo, like majority of his life, right?
Pretty much trained by Gojo, yeah.
And like Sukuna has an interest in him. So the three most powerful, I think they're like the three most powerful characters in the series.
Yeah.
All are linked to Megumi.
But then Megumi does come from like a one of the top three clans.
Yeah, the Zenins. Yeah. The Zenin family.
Yeah.
And so like all those things in there, it almost makes him wonder like, damn, should he be the main character? Because you really know a lot about him versus Itadori.
It's almost like you learn way too much about him.
About Megumi and like his family and shit. And so that's one of the things I like about Jujutsu Kaisen. It's not about Itadori. It's about everyone.
And that's like
ensemble. It's
similar to like One Punch Man in that way, where like a lot of the people who watch One Punch Man hate it because it's just like, oh, this nigga just keeps punching people with one punch. But it's just like you're not worried about. You're so focused on him. You're not worried about all the other dope characters surrounding him and how strong they are.
Exactly.
Without having his help like that. Like that's what I like about this. It's the fact that it's not always even though Itadori literally is basically the main character and he's the Naruto of this world. Like it's not just centered around him. You get to see a lot of other people get more screen time and shit like that. And I think after a lot of people watching Naruto and seeing it blow up, but not really being able to see like Choji, we could have seen more of Choji. We could have seen more of oh my god, what am I? Oh my god, Neji. We could have saw more of Neji and shit like that, and seen what they could do with their abilities and shit like that. The almost limitless things they could do with their abilities if they just would have had more screen time, a lot throughout that. And I think a lot of people or a lot of manga who do want to have these big blockbuster in manga or anime, they're learning from that and actually trying to give a lot of their characters either more depth. Or make not just making their abilities look really cool, but just giving them a lot of technique. Because that's what, if you remember, like in the beginning when Gojo was teaching Itadori like cursed energy, he was just like, yeah, you can have a lot of raw power, but if you don't learn how to transfer that into technique, you can't really do much with cursed energy.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
they actually do a good job of explaining like the limitations and what you can or can't do within this world and the techniques.
Right.
And so that's something I appreciated too with it.
Whose ability do you think you like the most?
That's a good question. It's between...
Don't say Gojo. Come on, he's OP.
No.
Even though that purple though.
That purple. I'm stuck on his powers are pretty interesting, but no, it's probably between Megumi's and Mahito's. Because I don't know, I just fuck with the whole like vibe of Megumi's powers. It's literally shadows. It's it's almost like some Shikamaru shit.
Yeah.
If Shikamaru was fully realized with his abilities and shit.
You are a big Shikamaru fan too. You seem like one of those people.
Yeah, they should do a death battle for that. Shikamaru versus Megumi.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Megumi might shit on that nigga.
You don't know, because if Buddy gets control of his shadow and he can't do the shit, I don't know. Yeah, I would have to see that.
I mean, but if he gets caught like this, maybe he could just try to go into territorial expansion, and it's too many shadows for like Shikamaru to like
But
control.
that's his whole thing is shadow. I don't know. I have to.
Would he be able to know where each of the shadows are like coming from? Because his whole ability is just based around shadows, so he could just be like, stop, nope, stop, nope, stop, like that type of shit.
I don't know. I have to see that. I have to see how.
You have to wait for a
how
death
how
battle
the
for that
nerds
shit.
would do. How would they would analyze that shit?
But yeah, the super nerds that be fucking analyzing this shit and figuring it out. Good luck to y'all. I don't know how.
Because
The
I
fuck
want
y'all
to see
do
that
shit.
Megumi Fushiguro versus Shikamaru Nara. Figure that shit out somewhere.
Yeah, that shit would be dope. But you said Mahito too. Like, do you just like how he's able to just basically transfigure people?
Exactly. Yeah, it's almost like Play-Doh.
But
it literally is that you be treating people like they playthings.
that's so fucked up to say though.
Buddy be like, he extending niggas' head.
Yes, bro. He just
And
be
they
like,
be crying. They be like, kill me.
it's so
please."
gross, but it's so like dope how like he just be like,
Oh
and
God,
just
he be spitting out
fucking
humans
falls out of his mouth.
out
Yeah,
his mouth and shit. And they be like, kill the red-haired kid.
kill the red hair kid. And it's just like it's so like fucked up, but they're so like I think you for Mahito's ability, you gotta have like a lot of creativity because it's just so much shit that you can do. He can make himself into a bird, like a
He
fish,
made himself
like,
into a toddler.
Yeah.
Time to escape.
yeah. Like some simple shit like that. He can just turn himself into mush and just like
I ain't gonna lie. When I like how his domain expansion's in his mouth, like
yeah.
he does the fucking.
Oh yeah, it's like the shit like this. Yes, like that shit is sick whenever he does that. Like there's so much that you can do with Mahito. Like well, rest in peace because that nigga is just exercise now. Well, not really exercise. He's like, I guess he's one of Ghetto's like abilities now. Cause
Yeah,
like,
basically.
yeah, because he was the Uzumaki. Like people look closer at it and shit, and you can see the stitching, like on the face of like the circle thing. So I guess he's like one of Ghetto's abilities now, because he just like sucked him
He was
up.
about to die. He was about to die.
Yeah.
Buddy had to, buddy asking him to save him and shit. I'm like, you know,
you ever want a nigga to suck you up? Ghetto's probably the one to do it.
man, that nigga he got that good brain. He got that good brain. Only niggas that read the
double
manga,
entendre.
only niggas that read the manga know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Double entendre, bro.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are probably my favorite abilities. Probably Megumi's and Mahito's.
Yeah.
Who's that lady with that girl with the glasses?
Girl with the glass. Oh, you talking about Maki? Or are you
Oh
talking
yeah,
about,
yeah. She has that. She's strong as hell.
Yeah, Maki is
She's
strong.
physically strong as fuck.
Maki, I like her a lot too. If only she was as strong as Zenin, but I feel like she needs to grow a lot more
I like
for her to really
I like
discover that.
the three nunchucks.
Oh, you talk. Oh, the what is it
I don't know
called?
what
It's a
those-
cursed tool though, and it's like something cloud. It's something cloud. I keep forget. Why the fuck do we keep forgetting shit?
Yeah, motherfuckers that read know what we're talking about.
They do know what we're talking about, but the
yeah.
cloud like shit.
She,
that she
it's like
uses,
three
that cursed
nunchucks
tool. Yeah,
type of shit.
and I like how when she was using it, yeah, she was strong, but then when Toji grabbed them bitches, he started knocking that cursed spirit the fuck around. I think it was just like some.
Oh god, he
cursed
really
spirit,
he
yeah.
was damn near better than using them than her.
Yeah.
On some real shit.
Yeah.
Like they were fucking up that octopus. It was an octopus.
Yeah, it was some octopus looking shit that he
Hentai.
completely fucked up. What I think I know what you you sick fuck. I think you'll like too. Like when Toji was like he was fucking what was he doing? Not Toji, Mahito, when he was basically creating like those his own cursed spirits basically, and then what's his name? Not his name was Toto. When Toto had to fight them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Toto came out the cut. G.
Yeah, out
I'm
of
like,
nowhere.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
And Toto's not like Toto's super strong, but like he still needed like Itadori's help to like fight off Mahito, because Mahito is just like, it's not that Mahito has like a lot of raw strength or anything like that. Like he is a special grade cursed spirit, but
He's very slithery and very like hard to like pinpoint because he's almost like Elder Toguro.
yeah, I mean, but like
Shit.
the fact that most sorcerers that try to fight him, they can't touch him. As soon as they touch him, it's over for them. So it's hard. Like the only person that can really fight him hand to hand is either like Gojo because of the infinity, so like he can't touch him at all, and Itadori himself because Sukuna will completely fuck him up if he keeps trying to touch his soul.
Sukuna will cut that nigga head
Yes.
off. G.
I do like the fact that Nobara is like another one of his weaknesses, and he did not consider that, especially with her resonance, because she can touch people's souls with that.
Exactly, like when she pins it on the fucking voodoo doll.
Yes,
that's some raw shit. She could pin your arm to some shit or something.
Nobara, like I don't want people to sleep on her. Like she's intelligent, bro. She's smart. She knows how to use her ability to its advantage as much as she can. It's like it's not much that she can really do with her ability like that. All she has like the hairpin and then resonance. Like those abilities are useful, but other times in certain fights it doesn't really work out for her. Especially if she loses her doll, she's fucked.
Oh god, yeah, if she loses
straw
that
doll,
shit,
yeah, she's fucked. But I do like her. I like her a lot. Like she especially in the situation that she was in, she like Mahito thought he had it in the bag. He thought he was good. But then she was just like, oh, wait, this nigga is a soul. Like, he shapes his soul into, like, the perception of, like, a body and shit like that. But at the same time, he's still just a soul. If I just soul resonance this nigga, it's over.
It's over. Buddy, his head.
His fucking head, bro. Bro, his head, bro.
Got his head.
So I guess Nobara gives good head.
Yeah. She just needs a big hammer. She just needs a big hammer, bro.
Why are you good at these references, man?
I don't know. I just really like the fucking book.
But
I really like the book. I don't even know who writes Jujutsu Kaisen. I feel like I've seen the name.
Hard to pronounce Japanese nigga.
I want to thank them
because they are really good. Other than that, I think that's all I got to say about it right now.
Yeah, we'll have to see more of what the series has to bring.
But I'm glad you told me that you wanted to do this review because I really because I wanted to go back and read Jujutsu Kaisen and continue reading it from where I left off. But if I would have continued reading from what I left off, I would have forgot everything and not been able to have this conversation like that.
Shout out to Geeg Akutami for creating this really good series.
We'll call you Akutami.
Yeah. Or Akutami, I don't know. But
Akutami.
They know. But
Y'all
just
know
know that you're a
about.
Genius mangaka, and I look forward to reading more from you.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
you got a lot of good shit.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate the series so far? Even though it's not finished, it's probably nowhere near to being finished right now. But.
It's so much that you can still do with the series. But I'd probably give it like 9, 10. 9, 10. There's probably still like some things that there's always something that you could do better in anything that you're doing. But right now, the manga is already pretty fucking good, so I don't really have any complaints about it.
Exactly. It's one of the few shows where it's like the anime elevates the manga a lot.
Yeah.
Because like I said, the fight scenes are really good. The opening song's really good.
The plot is really good. Plus, like the outro for like the anime is sick. I fucking love. Why is this nigga? This nigga got, first of all, this nigga is drippy as fuck in the shit. And then, why is this nigga able to dance so well?
You never know.
Got no melanin in the skin, but this nigga got complete moves, bro.
But yeah, I give the series like, I give it like 8 or a 9 right now. Probably close to a 9 because I do have to see more. Like right now, it ended on a good, like the last chapter this week ended on a pretty decent note.
Oh yeah.
So I look forward to seeing like what else the mangaka can come up with in terms of like the story and just seeing how all of this will like correlate towards the end.
Yes.
So right now I'll say a 9.
Yeah.
And
I'm excited. I'm
very excited.
I'm ready for like what's gonna come in the next chapter. The last chapter was already pretty dope. There's still like a lot that we were just giving an overall review of like what Jujutsu Kaisen is right now, but just like if we were to start doing like weekly chapter shit and really getting into a lot of the shit that we haven't even been able to really touch, because there's still a lot of shit that we haven't really touched a lot in this shit.
Yeah, the manga so far is on chapter 134. Next week, I believe, is 135.
Yep.
So
it should be weekly. I
think so. I think it is weekly.
I think it should be weekly. So you should be able to catch it every week.
If not, maybe like they took a break because of New Year's or Christmas or something like that.
I know One Piece definitely did that because One Piece is at 1,000 chapters. Shout out to fucking One Piece.
Congratulations to Oda.
To Oda, yeah.
Congratulations.
23 years now. This year. It'll be, I think, in like October is when One Piece released in '98. So yeah, it'll be 3 years. Not 3 years, 23 years this year of One Piece being out. I just go by like my age because We were both born in 98.
Yeah.
One Piece came out in 98, so you can pretty much just go by that.
Yeah, exactly. How old is that manga versus me?
Yeah, it's like the manga has literally grown up with
you,
me. Yeah.
type of shit.
But
yeah, guys, thanks for checking out this video. Please remember to like and subscribe for more content. We'll probably be back with you with some more anime and manga content probably in the future. This is a cool series that I want to start just doing open discussions with people that are passionate about the same stuff I am.
Yep.
And that's kind of what I want to do with the anime and video game and film community too, just have conversations. So thank you guys for listening, and we will be back with more content.
Definitely. Peace.
Do say.
Do say.
Did you see the